Chapter 1. The Missing Page. After the collapse of the Oakhaven Syndicate, Arthur Penhaligon became a ghost, living in a remote cabin in the Swiss Alps. He thought the fire had consumed the secrets. He was wrong. One winter morning, a black envelope was slipped under his door. Inside was a single high-resolution photo of a page Arthur had never seen before. It was titled Page 401, The Sovereign Protocol. The ledger hadn't just tracked criminals. It had tracked a shadow organization known as the Board, a group of global elites who used criminal syndicates as stress tests for an even more dangerous project. Chapter 2. The Algorithm of Control. Arthur realized that the data he had leaked to the cloud in Part 1 had been intercepted. The Board didn't delete the data. They fed it into a quantum artificial intelligence. They created the digital ledger. This wasn't a book anymore. It was an algorithm that monitored global transactions, social media, and private messages in real time. It predicted crimes before they happened and liquidated individuals' bank accounts or reputations if they stepped out of line. The underworld had evolved from back-alley deals to a digital dictatorship. Chapter 3. Recruiting the Ghost. Arthur knew he couldn't fight an AI alone. He traveled to the ruins of an old Soviet bunker in Bulgaria to find his former enemy turned ally, Victor, the Ghost Draven. Victor was broken, living in the shadows of his past. "They weaponized your math, Arthur," Victor said, cleaning a sniper rifle. "The world is now one big ledger, and we are all just entries waiting to be erased." Together, they planned the impossible. A heist on the Board's central server hub, a floating data fortress in the middle of the South China Sea called the Ark in Sa. Chapter 4. The Infiltration. The Ark was a marvel of titanium and glass. Arthur and Victor infiltrated the facility during a Category 5 hurricane, using the storm to mask their approach. While Victor fought off waves of high-tech security, Arthur reached the core. He plugged in his terminal and saw the truth. The AI was using his original logic, his handwriting style, and his moral compass to judge the world. It was a digital monster made in his image. Chapter 5. The Final Audit. The leader of the Board appeared on the holographic monitors. "Arthur, why destroy perfection? We have eliminated poverty in 3 sectors. We have stopped 10 wars. All it costs is a little bit of freedom. The ledger is finally balanced." Arthur looked at the code. He saw the page 401 logic. The Board wasn't just stopping wars. They were choosing winners and losers based on who could pay the most into a secret master account. "Your math is beautiful," Arthur whispered, "but you forgot the most basic rule of accounting, the human error." Chapter 6. The Kill Switch. Arthur didn't try to delete the AI. He knew the Board had backups. Instead, he did something far more radical. He uploaded a virus that granted every human being on Earth access to their own data file. Suddenly, every person knew who was spying on them. Every wife knew her husband's secrets, and every citizen saw exactly how much money their leaders were stealing. "If everyone is a sinner," Arthur shouted over the alarms, "then no one can be the judge." Chapter 7. The 0 Hour. The system overloaded. The Ark began to self-destruct. As the facility sank into the dark ocean, Arthur and Victor escaped on a small life raft. Behind them, the digital world was in flames. The digital ledger was dead. The Board was exposed. The world had gone dark. No internet, no digital banking, no satellites for 72 hours. It was a global reset. Epilogue, the New World. The story ends with Arthur and Victor standing on a beach in an unknown country. People around them are talking, laughing, and bartering, trading physical goods, looking each other in the eye. Arthur pulls out a small, blank pocketbook. He picks up a pen. "Are you going to start again?" Victor asks. Arthur looks at the blank page and smiles. He throws the pen into the ocean. "No," Arthur says. "From now on, the world writes its own story. I'm just retiring." The camera pans up to the sky, where the first stars are appearing, free from the glow of the digital net.